Kevin Hart is now recovering from what is being described as a horrific car crash off Mulholland Drive in Los Angeles, California. Initial reports of the car crash and Kevin Hart's condition minimized the severity of Kevin Hart and his passengers' injuries. But now the truth about the car crash is being revealed, and things are not exactly how they were initially reported. So now that more information is being revealed, I'm going to answer some of the questions that people have been left wondering after Kevin's accident. The first question is, who was in the car and what was their relationship to each other? Because Kevin was pulled from the scene of the accident and taken home before police or paramedics arrived, people have wondered if Kevin Hart was trying to hide something or if there was something shady about who he was in the car with. Initially, people were wondering if he was with a side chick or something like that. However, reports indicate Kevin Hart was simply riding around with his fitness trainer Rebecca Broxterman and her fiance Jared Black. It seems that they were just having fun riding in his 1970 Plymouth Barracuda, and Jared, who was driving, lost control of the car. Another big question is, why was Kevin Hart pulled out of the driver's side window? A witness on the scene said that Kevin Hart's bodyguard pulled Kevin out of the car through the driver's side window. The fact that a witness verified that Kevin Hart was pulled out through the driver's side window while the other passengers were left inside left people with a lot of unanswered questions. For one, people were wondering if Kevin was really driving and his bodyguard was trying to cover it up. People, especially celebrities, have been known to try to disguise who was really driving a car during an accident if there were alcohol or drugs involved, for example. However, reports released in the last hour have confirmed that Kevin Hart was indeed in the front passenger seat of the vehicle, and his injuries and the driver, Jared Black's injuries, are both consistent with Jared being the driver and Kevin being a passenger. Jared has injuries consistent with being thrust into a steering wheel, and Kevin's injuries are consistent with being thrust back and forth against the seat. Kevin's 1970 Plymouth Barracuda didn't have a harness seatbelt that goes across your chest. That model only has a lap belt, so Kevin's back sustained injuries from being thrust forward and then backward without any restraint or harness. Another question is, why were the other passengers left trapped in the car? People have also found it strange that the bodyguard only rescued Kevin and not the other two passengers. It seems shady to leave people trapped in a car and only rescue the one you work for. Even if you do work for Kevin, you would think your humanity would make you at least try to rescue the other people. Well, now it's coming out that the bodyguard literally couldn't get the driver or the backseat passenger out of the car. Jared was trapped in the driver's side in such a way that the firefighters literally had to cut the wreckage around him in order to get him out of the vehicle. The bodyguard was able to maneuver Kevin's body around Jared's, but he wasn't able to pull Jared or his fiance Rebecca, who was in the back seat, out of the car because the roof was crushed on top of them. And I know this might sound like a joke, but it looks like Kevin Hart's height actually made it possible for him to escape and not the others. Both Jared and Rebecca appear to be taller than Kevin, who is 5'4". And in this particular accident with the roof crushing in, it sounds like the roof trapped Jared and Rebecca because they actually sit higher than Kevin sits because they're taller people. So the roof was closer to their heads than it was to Kevin's head because he's shorter than them. Rebecca Broxterman, who is in the backseat, is reportedly 5'7", and Jared Black, who was driving, looks to be over 6 feet tall. Melissa Ford, who is the same height as Kevin Hart, has shared that her shorter stature is what kept her from being injured even worse than she was when her Jeep truck flipped several times in a car crash. Her head didn't hit the roof as bad as it would have if she were taller, and that helped save her life. It sounds like Kevin Hart's shorter stature made it possible for him to not be trapped by the roof of the car like the other passengers were. Kevin Hart has had successful back surgery and will likely require weeks or months of physical therapy, but the good part is he is expected to make a full recovery. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about Kevin Hart's car crash. Do you still have questions about exactly what happened or why he was taken from the scene? Leave a comment and let me know what you think. And as always, thanks for watching.